Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. Today I'm with Colton. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, welcome back to the CryptoNet channel, everyone.
All right, today let's look at AVAX. All right, so what is AVAX? AVAX is an L1. It's a blockchain, level 1 blockchain. It's been created in 2020. Now, it was actually designed a few years earlier. It was created by a Cornell University professor, and it's been launched, basically, it was launched in 2020. What they did, basically, they did an ICO in July of 2020, and they sold basically a few millions worth of AVAX to raise about $42 million. It's a proof of stake blockchain. So that's the mechanism that they're actually using. And the big thing they're trying to do is they're trying to address some of the dilemma between scalability, security, and being decentralized. The main thing that they aim at is being the world's fastest smart contract blockchain. That's really, I think, their big thing is that's why they were created for. So that's pretty much, roughly what they are and what they're trying to achieve. On the history side, like I said, at first it was a document created by Team Rocket. They called it Snowflake. That's why now it's called Avalanche. It's because the original project was called Snowflake. And that started in 2018. And then in 2018, Emin Gunseer, which I hope I'm not massacring too much, but I believe is of Turkish origin. And he is, like I said, a Cornell University professor, and with two other PhD at Cornell, they created Avalanche. And Avalanche is the name of the company that's behind Avalanche, and AVAX are the tokens. So they did their public offering in 2015. They raised, like I said, roughly about $42 million in 24 hours, mind you. So that was very, very quick because in one single day it was out there. The price at the time was 50 cents. So obviously that would have been a good way to invest. Let's go to CoinGecko real quick. So you see today they're worth $16, they're number 18, and 50 cents, $16. I mean, that's a pretty good return, that's roughly a times 30. And what's also interesting to note is that against Ethereum, between introduction and now, they are roughly about almost a times 6. And against Bitcoin, they're almost a time 15. It shows you again, that putting money into altcoins, has more risks, but also has more rewards. Because if you had put all your money in 2020 in Bitcoin versus someone who had put all their money in Ethereum, and also someone putting all their money in AVAX, the AVAX person would have made the most money. They would have been the one with the higher return. And then the Ethereum person would be second and Bitcoin would be last. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, could be considered a lot safer bets, with your money. So it really depends on what mindset you are, and how risky you want to be with the money. I don't think that the guys with Bitcoin is wrong or the one with AVAX is right, or it's just a matter of how tolerant are you to risks. Because when it came out, no one could have known that it would go all the way up to being number 18 in the ranking of all cryptocurrencies.
Now, Boris, we're going to move to the latest news and development. Can you elaborate a little bit, on what's been happening with Avalanche and what new things that they have to offer?
Yes. So basically, we have seen recently a partnership with Chainlink and AVAX, which that's actually something important, because it opens a lot of doors to Web3, Chainlink being the Oracle blockchain, and allowing a lot of new things to happen for Avalanche through partnerships that I think some of those really those cryptos are going to be able to grow and working together. So the Avalanche network is a high-speed network, and Chainlink is the highly reliable Oracle infrastructure. So it can help all those developers, to do innovation on Web3, because on one side they have the reliability, and on the other they have the high speed, and they make it, they can make really great apps that are going to be very secured, very scalable, very reliable. So this is one of the top important partnerships that was recently signed. The other thing that's important in the news is as of September 29th, AVAX is now available on Robinhood. And for those who are not familiar with Robinhood, Robinhood is a platform they started mainly with stocks, and they got into crypto, but one of the big deterrent to doing crypto on Robinhood was that whenever you bought crypto on Robinhood, you couldn't get it out. It was basically stuck on Robinhood. So you could buy and sell, but your cryptos were staying on the platform. Now, the new thing is that not only can you get Avalanche now since September 29th, but the big thing is you can send and receive the cryptocurrency, the Avalanche crypto on Robinhood. So you can buy it there. You can also send your coins there. You can send from Robinhood. So that's really going to help, grow cryptocurrencies on Robinhood. People are going to feel more comfortable. And why is it so important is the cool thing about Robinhood, it's extremely easy to use. Most people have it as an app on their phone. So within like 2-3 clicks, boom, you can buy some crypto, you can send it, you can receive some, and it becomes very easy. And the ease of use is really what's going to help crypto grow a lot. The adoption is very important. And as soon as you see platforms like Robinhood offering it and now being able to send and receive, that's going to be key. So those are some of the latest interesting development, Chainlink and Robinhood.
Yeah, and one thing I would like to add, if you're big into video games, Avalanche, has really, focused on developing the GameFi world. So, take a look at that. They have some prominent stuff, especially on their Discord. So, if you're, basing your investment off of video games, it is a pretty good, start for them. It is very interesting to see how they're doing it. So I would definitely look into their Discord and, do a little bit more research. But if you're definitely into GameFi, they're one of, at least for me, my opinion, one of the most prominent, coins out there for that. But that's all I wanted to add on this one, Boris. My next question for you, Boris, is, can you stake Avalanche? That's what people always want to know is, how can you stake Avalanche and where can you stake Avalanche? And from the comments, they like your hidden secrets. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So first of all, Avalanche, as we saw, is a proof of stake. So it's a proof of stake blockchain. So that's one of the easiest ones to stake. Sometimes they're not proof of stake, but you can still stake them, and there are governance token and there are other things that exists. But this one, it's one of the easiest one because obviously it has a proof of stake. Now there's a few things to know. You can stake it, of course, on some of the big exchanges, Binance, and some of the others. As always, there is a danger of whenever you actually put it on an exchange and leave it on an exchange. So the best is to go stake it on AVAX.network, because there you can actually stake it directly with the blockchain itself. And you can do that using a wallet. So whether it's a hot wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet or whatever, or you can use a ledger key, which is even better. A few things to know is you can either be a validator or a delegator. Validators, they're the one doing validations on the network. And delegators, they're the ones who have less coins. They don't have enough coins to be a validator, and therefore they are a delegator. They delegate to a validator. To be a validator, you need 2,000 coins, 2,000 AVAX, which is, quite a bit. Or you can be a delegator starting with 25 AVAX. So that's pretty much the two different scenarios, there. How much would you make? Well, it's very easy. On their website, when you go to the actual website, they actually show you, you can make 8.91%. And they show you, it's cool, they have a little calculator. So if you say, oh yeah, I'm staking, let's say, yeah, go ahead, put 300. If you do that, 300, that's going to make you $1.12, and it's going to give you 0.07 AVAX per day, and then 223 AVAX per month, and 26 AVAX per year. And the 891, almost 9%. That's of course your yearly return. So very easy from here. You can stake at any time. The other thing to know is you need 2 weeks. Whenever you stake, the minimum is for 2 weeks, and the maximum it's for 1 year. Now after 1 year, you have to unstake and then you can restake. But one thing to know about AVAX is they've already distributed a large amount of their coins, and they're only left with not a small number, but I think it's about a fourth, if I'm not mistaken. So the problem is it might get to a point where they can't really distribute, that much anymore. I don't know if it's going to run out within a year or within 2 or 3 years, but their circulating supply is almost 300 million coins, and their total supply is 411 million. So they have about 100 million left to distribute. So obviously, they're going to run out at some point, and it's true for a lot of projects. Whenever you have projects out there and they give you a good percentage, it's the case for Cosmos. It's the case for different projects that are giving you good percentages. They're trying to reward the early adapters of those projects, but at some point, most of the time, they're going to run out, or they're going to decrease it tremendously. And we might see, AVAX maybe eventually dropping to 4% a year, and then eventually, 2 or 3% a year on some of those. So be aware on the staking, especially the one offering high rewards. It's not viable in the long term. They're doing it as a short-term thing to get their name out there and get adoption.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty much, what you can do as far as staking. But right now, it's a good time to stake. Avalanche is great. If you have some Avalanche, don't let it sleep, on just a cold wallet. I think personally, for me, it's definitely a good coin to stake and accumulate more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Boris. Now, my last question for you today, Boris, is, and the one that everyone likes, can you give us a price prediction and where you think Avalanche will be in the next couple of years?
So it's a little bit all over the place. And why is it all over the place right now? Because people don't know if Bitcoin is going to zero, if it's going to 1 million. And that's really the biggest problem that I see out there, is no one knows where the market is going, but everybody has an idea that, oh yeah, when you see the market go up for a few days, everybody's like, oh, you see, bear market is over, it's the beginning of the bull market. No, it's just a few days that have been positive, sometimes on good news, most of the time on actual manipulation. So the thing is, the fundamentals still remain bearish and nothing's looking great right now. So I don't think that anyone's going to get rich in the coming weeks or the coming month with anything, whether it's crypto or stock market or whatever. So everything you do right now, it's more for long term. But it's important to be in the market and not timing the market. Timing the market, it's impossible. Time in the market, yes, it's you slowly DCA. Right now, it's a good time to potentially do a slow DCA. I wouldn't DCA too much because we still have the possibility of further drops along the way with potentially some more bad news, especially related to the economy in general. So right now, some of the predictions, it's going to be short term, it's going to keep on falling. And if it's not falling, best case, it's going sideways. So, but short term really doesn't matter. Now, wallet investor, they have some really awful price predictions for some reason. But within 5 year time, they see it going back to 21, which it's like 16 in 5 years. That's not a great return, but I think that one is too bearish. In 5 years from now, most likely we would have seen a bull market, and we should see some prices are up. So digital coin price is probably the one that's the most in line with what I would think is a good price prediction. By 2025, they see the price around $71 per AVAX. And then by 2030, they are thinking around 242. So I mean, that's a pretty good, pretty good return. That would be a lot more than 10x. That's like 16x or something like that. An average price on most of the ones that we researched on by 2025, we're coming up to an average price around $54. That's by 2025, and I would say this one is fairly conservative. Don't forget that in the last bull run, so to speak, or the last stop we had in November 2021, AVAX went all the way up to 144. So going back to 54, 55 is definitely doable, so it's not even its all-time high, far from it. But eventually it will pass that all-time high before 2030, and by 2030 we should see roughly $242 per coin. So that's, to me, pretty good. Let's calculate real quick. 242 divided by 16, yeah, that's a 15.1x. So I wasn't too far off. So 15x from now, but that's 8 years from now. So patience is will reward those who shall wait. So that's pretty much the pricing.
Awesome, Boris. From my side, that's all I have for today. Please feel free to add anything else, but thank you for all the information.
I think that's it. It's an L1. I think it's probably one of the safer bets, if there's such a thing in crypto. But definitely most big, institutions out there that are doing a little basket of crypto. Most of the time they include AVAX because it is a great project and because it has a lot of potential and has already shown, that it can deliver, and also never went down. At least I've never heard of AVAX ever going down.
Yeah.
Compared to a few other blockchains that have gone down. So,
and one thing I'd like to add to that, Boris, is this is pretty cool to see. It's not easy to be able to work on the blockchain, and they specialize in being the lightest hardware requirements, and even on their Discord they say this a lot. So keep this in mind too. If you want to get involved, or if you want to start working on the blockchain, this is probably one of the best ones to do it without spending a ton of money on the manufacturers, the equipment, etc. But they do definitely pride themselves in being the lightest hardware requirement for blockchain, just so you know.
That's it. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to see you on the next Crypto Night video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.